Oh, we live already. Sorry. Hello, guys. Thank you for watching. My name is also known as Mystic Eyes, and this is my husband, Chiron, also known as Mr. Mystic. Welcome to the Car Chronicles, where we discuss any and everything. So join us while we conversate in the car. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or would like us to talk about anything in particular, please leave it in the comment section below. We do check. Or you can email us at 2mysticeyes@gmail.com. That's the number 2mysticeyes. Hey, peeps. Hey, Dawn. 2mysticeyes@gmail.com. Hit the like, subscribe. Thank you for sharing. Ring the bell for the updates on new videos. And we appreciate any advice as well. Today we are talking about unequally yoked in religion and or / spirituality.
And do we pray together? Right. We'll be talking about, do we pray together?
Hello, Buddhas and butterflies. Woohoo! What's going on today, guys? How are you? How's your day going? Farrah Brona! Hey, Robbie. Hi, Robbie. Thank you for joining. We're talking today about unequally yoked in marriage, friendships, relationships. If you're into religion or spirituality and your partner or other is not, okay, drive safe. Dawn is driving.
Okay.
So we're talking about being unequally yoked, if one is and the other isn't. Hello, Robert. Thank you for joining. Robert is in the chat with us in the mornings with Buddhas and Butterflies. This is my husband, Chiron, also known as Mr. Mystic. I forgot my polish too. And Robert, today we're talking about being unequally yoked in religion and or spirituality. If you're into it and your partner may or may not be. So what you were saying, sweetie? Thank you for joining us, guys.
Good afternoon, everybody. How everyone doing?
I'm going to go around while you talk. Go on, sweetie.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking you questions about the spiritual world, because what my wife does, I don't do. I just follow her and understand her.
Sorry, I had to log off and log back on. Kept freezing. Okay. Robbie had to log off and log back on. Go on, I'm sorry.
When my wife walks the same path, but I let her do her own thing with the spiritual world and the coach training and everything with the spiritual world, and I just follow through on the situations where she's studying and learning, and I just absorb it and still be on the same path, but I don't follow it at all. And she just let me enlighten me on different things. I don't knock what she does. I don't discriminate. I love what she does because it's an understanding, reaching out to other people that doesn't follow the spiritual world. It's something amazing to do, but I just have no interest or anything into it like she does. I understand the spiritual world growing up, and I believe in spirits, angels, and all that stuff, astrology and everything. I believe in the world space.
Dawn said love it.
You know, I follow, I study it a little bit. I learned it growing up a little bit. I tapped into a little bit of everything. And me growing up, I want to be a superhero, so I know it's a spiritual world with that too. So that, you know, I want to be a lifesaver with everything and helping people out. That's my type of spirit. You know, everybody have their own to follow. I always follow myself and my inner spirit of helping and loving everybody and sharing. And
Robert said yes.
And two,
that's my brother from another mother. That's what Dawn said.
And two, to understand, you know, like I follow, like I said before, I follow superheroes. So I always thought I was a superhero, you know, and, you know, I never knew the strength God has blessed me with compared to others, you know, doing a lot of things. And, you know, I hate people that got bullied, so I would defend them. So that was an inner spirit in me dealing with the spiritual world.
Same father, laugh out loud. From another mother. He said same father. What about me, Dawn? Yeah, what about Robbie? Robbie's my brother from another mother and father, but he's my brother.
And we don't pray together.
Yeah, because the question was asked, do we pray? Well, this is the second request actually, because somebody did ask us to do a topic on being unequally yoked. And the second request was this morning, do we pray together? So, Robbie already know.
We don't pray.
Yeah.
No, I just said it. We don't pray together.
Yeah,
we don't pray together.
Pray together.
But
surprisingly, because everybody probably thought that we did. Did everybody think that we did so far? Did everybody think that we pray together? Because maybe, I don't know, if people think that that's what makes the communication and the relationship the way it is. You hear Robbie say, yeah.
No, we don't. We don't pray
Yeah, we
together.
don't.
It's the key part about partnership is understanding each other's flaws in life. So the key, like I always said, the key part is paying attention to a little bit of everything that goes on in the house with your wife or husband, and you get to understand the flaws. And you don't know who you laying with for the next 20 to 25 years. So everything is a clue. Everything is clues, and you studying your partner. Because when you don't study your partner, it's no relationship. You have no interest in what she's doing, and you're going the opposite direction. And that's how I feel about relationships, studying each other.
Because I think you don't really know. Robert said, I learned that the hard way. Family that prays together doesn't always stay together. Right. Because we grew up. Now, maybe we could give them like a little background. Like we discussed before, Robert, but you're kind of new to us. But we talked before about how, like, I grew up in the church. I started my mother and my sisters and everybody going to church. And even growing up, you know how down south people are. You got to go to church. So as I got older, and church just wasn't for me, and it still isn't. But like I always say, there's a difference between religion and spirituality. It's two totally different things. And then for you have been in. It's not like you have this opinion and never been in the church. So you have to explain that you have been in the church, and tried the religion thing.
I tried Jehovah's Witness. I tried Christianity. I tried different things, and spiritually, it defined me to pull away because the Lord speaks to everybody, and He always spoke to me. Regardless if you're in the church or anything, He always kept an eye on me. Right. And my family members said that someone watches over you compared to a lot of people. You was watched because how you grew up was totally different than anybody in the family compared to life situations. Right. So to go listen to another man speak, I never said to anybody that I'm better than him, but I don't have to show. I will prove.
What you mean?
By countering his reactions about the Bible, because you're supposed to love, share, and give. But you learn from not being naive.
I'm chatting with Tana, so I'm stepping out. Okay, yeah. Tell him we say hi and that we love him. She's talking to Buddhists and Butterflies. Is talking to Hillary Witch.
Okay. Wow. So
tell him we love him, please.
That's why it's hard for me to really comprehend men or women talking about religion, because I have my belief, they have their belief. I know I'm going to love, share, and give anything I have. So that's not taught out the book. Whatever you're born with is in you. And no preacher or minister could teach that to you. So the inner spirit in the Lord in me is open arms to anyone.
She's saying thank you to her for talking to Acid Fairy. What was that?
So to listen to someone about the Bible and reading the scriptures, I took certain parts of the Bible, like Proverbs, and read that to respect and own. Anyone that's angry, stay away. Anyone that's doing foolish things, back off. Proverbs talks about who you are. If you go in Proverbs,
Psalms, this daily life, daily living, everything's right there.
In Proverbs talks about all that: respect, honor. If someone doing foolish things, back off. Look at the foolish one doing things, knowing he's doing wrong, and move away from that. If a crowd is going crazy, you back off and go the other way.
Because that's another thing too. People think that because you don't go to church or in some type of religion type, he said, in LA we got people on the streets using the Bible for hate. Right. People think that because you're not going to an actual facility, a church building, or Jehovah's Witness hall, or however they call it, or a mosque, that you don't have God in your heart, that you don't believe in God, or that you don't read the Bible. And that's not true. I pop it in and out. I'm with my client today. Okay, Robbie. Thank you for popping in and out. He's popping in and out. He's with the client.
All right.
So your client, we said hi. We love him or her. But that's not true. That doesn't mean that you don't have God in your heart and that you don't believe in a higher being, whatever you may call him, Jehovah, or what, God, Jesus, the divine, the universe. It doesn't matter. There's no be right back. Your dawn is driving too.
I'm gonna share this with y'all on me becoming more into the personal training when I had back surgery. And I don't know, was the morphine talking to me? but it was a spirit of the Lord talking to me while I was laying in the bed on morphine.
Oh, well, rewarding being a caregiver for our veteran. Oh, wow, he's a vet.
Oh,
Wow. God bless you, Robbie. That's nice. I know he got some stories. He said, that's what my grandmother told me. God isn't always in a home, a church home, right? God is in you.
it's in you.
Right.
So to listen to someone speak out the Bible every Sunday, I couldn't do it.
And then as far as the kids, I don't stop them from going to church, or we don't stop them from going to
No.
church. Like, well, the older ones, if they want to go, we leave it up to them to make that decision. But we pretty much teach the same thing. We believe that it's in you. God is all around and moving, right?
We don't
Right.
force.
And try not to get stuck in a religion where you have to follow this rules,
No.
you have to dress this way, or we cast you out and all that other stuff.
I tell them to open the book up and see and read and see what you could absorb from it and what you could take from it. At first, it's going to be kind of hard to understand what's going on, but you consistently open that book up and things will pop up as you get older. You get to understand the trials and tribulations through the Bible, because the Bible is written already by man, but God has the last word. Anything done in the Bible that the man has took out.
Which is another reason too, because the Bible, in my opinion, have been tampered with so much. You pretty much could distinguish. He said exactly, just being you is enough. No leaps of proving yourself. Right. Right. You pretty much could distinguish the parts that were rewritten by man and the parts where God was speaking. And not to say you could decipher the Bible, because that's a book that I don't think ever will be fully deciphered. But it's just been tampered with so much.
Because where it says in the Bible,
follow universal laws.
Where it says in the Bible, a woman shouldn't wear pants. Because in church they tell you the women shouldn't wear pants.
You should come as you are.
You should come as you are.
Right. Because it's your heart.
Because in the Catholic Church, you could come as you are.
Right.
They come in jeans, shirt, whatever.
Right. Robert said right.
They don't get dressed up or anything. They just come who they are, enjoy the service, and move on.
Right.
They don't sit down on Sundays downstairs with the pastor and feed them food or anything. Everybody just going their way. So that's very confusing, Catholic, Baptist, and religion. So you go, is that religion or is just something man-made up?
That's why I always say that religion and spirituality is two different things. Yeah. Spirituality is knowing thyself. It's not rules and regulations and that. Rob, does anybody follow universal laws? Do you believe in universal laws or know what universal laws are? Everybody's like in and out, huh?
Oh yeah, no. There's two watching this. Oh,
one of the likes. Those are the likes.
Oh.
Do you want to speak on universal laws? You mean karma?
Yeah. Yes.
Right, like the laws in the Kabbalion. Laws. I hate the word laws.
I mean laws. It's just whatever comes around goes around. The surfing of
the laws of polarity. Robert said yes. What you were saying?
No, you get. We were just talking about what universal law is.
Hello from Germany. Arnavut Turk. Am I saying it right? Arnavut. I wish I knew German. Arnavut Turk. Yes. Hi. How are you? Thank you for watching. Can I call you AT for short? Arnavut. We're talking about fine, thanks. We're talking about unequally yoked. If you're into religion or spirituality and your partner or other is not, how does it affect your relationship, or does it help make it stronger?
The mutual respect of what you do, and you still could come together and have a conversation about what you.
Oh wow,
what you
Germany, right, Robert?
What you learn in
the
conversation of the religion with someone speaking to you.
He said respect is important. He or she says respect is important. Because like with me, when I started burning the ancestor money and with the altar and stuff like that, he's Muslim. He or she is Muslim. Wow. So does your other person or your friends, because it doesn't necessarily have to be a wife or, in a physical relationship, but all your friends, do they respect your choice, or do you have some that don't follow the same as you?
And how do you feel about that? Being a Muslim, you got everybody with their own ways. Do you feel branched off, different, isolated because you studied the Muslim belief? Or what do you have in common with people that don't study the Muslim belief?
Right.
Because
Right.
that
That's a
has a
good
lot to do with it
question.
too.
Right. That's a good question.
That's just like me. I'm married. Me and my friends that single really don't have too much in common, besides basketball, working out. But dealing with other society, living the single life is a totally different life, a different principle. The way I live, being family oriented, vacations together as a whole.
Any thoughts on that, Arnavet? People had an opinion about Islam only from television, and that's so true. That's so true. Because not everybody's out here to blow things up. I guess that's the perception that you're talking
No,
about.
they
Because that's,
blind. They blind. They got to open the book and be comfortable.
but that's why I said too. People have, when people don't really know the truth or don't understand what's going on, they only have a general knowledge of what's being shown.
So
And that's why they say television tells
it's
lies to your
blind.
vision,
Television is
because
blind. Yeah, it's
it gives you
blinded.
the wrong perception. It's not a first-hand perception. We know people that's actually from Yemen
Right.
that,
I live with them. I lived with them for 4 years, so I understand them very well because we used to have conversations.
they don't read, ask, or search about the real facts. That's true. That's true.
The conversations they have about how they treat their women and what a woman's supposed to do. I used to disagree to a degree. So the conversation, I just used to absorb and listen and just pull away and just absorb what they're talking about, knowing how I felt about the situation. They respected it and they still conversated with it. Then I changed the whole concept of the conversation.
But that doesn't mean you have to hate Islam. Really it's fascinating. Is that fascinating, Robert? But that doesn't mean you have to dislike another person because of their beliefs.
No, you don't. But you know how to separate yourself on how they believe things and the way they do.
Just because they believe that don't mean fascinates me. Islam really fascinates me. It does. You don't separate yourselves, but
No, you don't separate
because you don't follow what they follow. You still can be friends, but that doesn't mean you shun upon them because they're Muslim and you.
I didn't.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general. No, I know you don't do that. You were making them. I'm just saying people in general.
But they believe in business and money, and making money and enjoying life and having fun. They're about business opportunities and making money.
I think people in that religion is very disciplined though. When all people live his religion and right is right. When all people live his religion is right and right, there will be no problems. That's one reason why we started doing these videos, because I feel the more people that spread love and spread a positive message can all unite. And I don't know if there'll ever be world
peace. Never.
Yeah.
There will never be world peace in religion.
Yeah, it would be so great though.
Because that means you can form one religion and don't have no type of title to a religion.
Which there shouldn't be. Do you feel that, Robert or Arnav or anybody? Like, if there wasn't, why can't there just be
one God?
No title to religion or spirituality, religion. Just
religion,
emotion, feeling, love, joy.
It won't. When you go to a building, it won't be no Jesus Christ on it. It just be religion,
right? Because that still is the same way they. When I am too slow. Avery, sorry. Okay, no, it's okay. You don't have to apologize. Religion still also kind of separates the same way they try to do with race. Sweetie, you want to talk on that?
God.
What happened? So what that mean?
No.
Sorry guys, we're having like a technical difficulty, I guess.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, I was saying that it kind of separates people. Religion kind of separates the same way you do with race, where you either black or you white or you Asian or African or this or that. No, we're all human. The same way with religion. We're still all human when it comes down to it. We all born, we bleed, we live, we breathe the same air, and eventually, I hate to say it, but we all pass away. We all go through that transitioning phase, I like to say. Right, Robert? So I don't think there should be a title to much of anything. I can understand male and female, but because of the body parts, but that's it. We're all still human. I haven't met any aliens yet. I keep saying that, right?
Nah.
I'd like to meet an alien for a change, or someone from another, dimension besides angels, and something different, because I believe they are out there. I think I'm going somewhere else with this.
Nah. You talking about religion?
If you label me, you negate me. Okay. Hey, Leanne. Laugh out loud. I feel like I'm an alien. You too, Robert. Hey, Grace. Thank you, Master Nova 74. That's Grace. She finally made a live stream. Grace, thank you for joining us. We're talking about unequally yoked. Okay, Dawn is back too. So everybody's coming back. We're talking about unequally yoked, Grace, and in religion or spirituality, if you or your partner, one may be into it, religion is exposed for more political force. Right. Maybe if we do politics, then we can fix everything else.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
If we do away with politics, guys, maybe we can do away with everything else that is wrong in the world. Right?
Like I said, taking the building and just call it base religion and don't have no title to it, no Muslim, no Christianity or anything. We can move on, move past the titles of religion, and just be one base religion, and life could be much easier. Just going to understand there's only one God, and talking about the principle of life instead of talking about out the book. And that's where everybody get confused and don't want to hear a lot of stuff that comes out the book, because it's a certain way how you do it. In every religion, everything is broken down totally different, and that's where the confusion going. Right. And I think man wants it like that.
We could just call it love, right?
Call it love. That's right, Leanne. Right. Call it love. The building's called love. And we go on Sunday, and we're going to go in the building and feel love.
Right.
And that could keep everybody joined.
Nice,
we could keep everybody joined together much comfortable, because your spouse and your wife or your husband,
they kill him. Are they serious?
So your spouse and your husband, we go, okay, everybody, we going to the love building on Sunday. No title, will just be love.
Oh, they would really be like, oh no, you going there? Just love. That's nice though, sweetie. That's nice. We're going to the love. We're going to facilitate with love.
Love.
I like
that's
that.
Right, Leanne.
I like that.
That's true, Leanne.
Really
right.
Like that.
So you're gonna have a lot in common.
Religion, living life in peace. John Lennon, right? Right.
Yeah, just peace. No religion, no nothing, and we just fellowship as one whole family with no title, and we sitting in the building, and the building, like you said, would be love.
Right.
So look, when you go home, and you with your spouse, and you come from home, you could just talk about different things, and won't have to be based on religion or title. Right. No one have no title to it.
And you won't feel that separation.
So you'll be joined together comfortably, instead of, oh, I'm going to church, or I'm going to the hall, or I'm going to the what's the Muslim
mosque.
The mosque. But you have the building of love that's under everything, so you'll get to pray and stay in contact with each other because it's based on love.
Right.
And you won't have no separation.
Right, the separation.
You won't have no separation that you're female and you're going to church by yourself, or married as a whole.
The true church.
Yeah, true church.
You don't have to worry about, oh, I don't have any shoes, or I don't have a skirt, I don't have a dress, my hair, I don't have a hat,
And everybody will be able to say to a building of love. So it won't be no pastor if there's to be a wide class of people that's speaking on general. Everybody can walk up to the mic and say how they feel.
There's no one person.
There's no one person. So no one will be
nice.
Be held captive of one person saying this. It'd be a whole crowd and people just
Everybody
listening.
Can come up and say what they're grateful and thankful for, and just love, a building of love and spreading love. I like that. That's nice.
You won't be no arguments. The relationship will be better. It won't be no pressure. Oh, you going to church for this one or listening to this one? Right. And he goes, wow. Then you get to join. You get to join each other.
I really like that.
Because women go to church. A lot of women that's married, high percentage, go to church by themselves.
Yeah.
When by the time they come home, the husband don't ask them or what happened in church or anything like that.
Come as you are. You are loved. Be loved. Give love. Straight from the heart. Yes, Grace. Yeah.
A lot of women go to church by themselves. because I believe they looking for strength and encouragement, self-esteem, and everything from another man. But meanwhile, your male counterpart should be in love and heightening you and telling you who you are and what you are, and then you get to understand you could be as one, and you may be able to get them to go to church.
Okay, so let's devote a day a month in the yoga space for Love Day. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Maybe we could create a Love Day, like national. Yes, Grace said yes. Like a National Love Day. Yeah, a National Love Day.
That'd be great.
So now this is the flip side of it, though. How would the building sustain? Like, from what? Would you do collections? Dawn said, I'm down. I'm all about love. How would the building finance itself? Of course, it would be a non-profit organization, but like, who would keep the lights on?
Money, right,
you could do solar as far as lighting, but World Love Day, right?
Or you could,
because you wouldn't want to collect money.
You wouldn't collect money,
but you still have to survive.
No, this is the key part is. This is where grouping comes in. In the
donations?
Grouping. The key part is you get a group and you get your pyramid and say these are the bills that we have to pay together, and everybody to sustain the building. So you got a
I like this.
You got
I really like
a counter. You got a treasurer, and she'll come and y'all come. Everybody will see the bills sent out and everything, and everybody will pay in what the bill's supposed to be, and so everything will be balanced. Everybody have an even part to pay in. No making this much money, this making this much. Everybody come as a whole.
No 10%.
10% of nothing. We just coming as one unit.
The funny thing, when people come together in love, they will provide for the space.
Yes.
The one said amen.
Yes. So everybody, I send a copy of the Conrad bill out. This is what the rent do, and everybody chip in like a clubhouse, but it'll be a love clubhouse. It won't be based on religion.
Robert said yes.
It won't be based on religion, anything. We would just be talking about love and what we want to do to society. We don't want to change religion, but we're going to add our own. We're going to add our own called love. No religion based. This is going to be love.
Right.
So there's no title, no nothing. The church, the building will be just love.
House.
A love house.
That could be the name, the Love House.
The Love House.
I love it. And everybody there is just so overfilled with joy. We come from the same love, right?
And we could start off in a small little house at first. We could start off in a living room of somebody and just go from there.
Because that's how churches used to be back in the day.
No, they still have it.
In your house.
They do it in the house. We could start off a small group and fund our own building. Have a treasurer who holds the money.
I like this. A tent outside. Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
I really like this. Because, like, say, especially, I don't know, everybody's all over, but, like, say, for example, I don't know if you guys know Central Park. Like Greg said, we could set up a tent on a specific day that would be the National World Day. Original and yoga studio was going to be called Love Offerings. I like that.
That's nice.
And you can have someone come in and just share, why they feel grateful, why they feel loved, and give love, and, find ways to help each other. World peace.
Because everybody be on the...
My friend had a church in his backyard. Robert said, I love that.
That's nice. That's real nice. And that's good energy, because partnership and fellowship comes along. Because one hand watches the other when it comes to love.
Right.
You go, okay, what's thing got this going?
It doesn't have to be a money exchange.
No money exchange. No one get no percentage. Everything is unity.
Skill, I need this. Went to living room when we needed to.
Right. Unity. Everything will be unity. There won't be no boss.
You don't have any food, so you paint the house, and your whole family could come over for dinner tonight, and we'll feed the family. Stuff like that.
Right. There's unity. Everything will be unity. One hand watching the other. One could do this. One good at this. One good at that. One could probably coach that. Everything. We could put everything in one pie.
I like it. Haha. Now I'm thinking about McDonald's. I'm loving it. Right, Robert? I really am.
We could put everything in one pie. You got your spiritual teacher, you got your trainer, you got everything, but we coming in one whole, so we can form that Voltron.
I love it.
We can form a whole Voltron. Going like this, put all like this, forming this right here.
Now I'm hungry for pie. Everybody's getting hungry.
We breaking it as a quarter. I'm showing love a quarter a piece. Everybody get a quarter of a piece.
Right. And so we'll from the head.
So it will be no leader. It will be a whole unity. Won't be no boss, no arguments, because there ain't no leader or anything. We'll be one unity.
Voltron. She said love Voltron.
Love Voltron.
I love it.
So we be
Wow, we on to something here, guys.
we one circle. No captain, no boss. We come as a team. We sit at the table, like the House of Representatives at the table, and make agreement on a lot of things. So we'll be no boss leader. So we be fellowshipping that way. So it won't be no arguments. You can knock this one down. Oh, I don't want her president now. We're gonna do. Ain't gonna be no presidents.
Right.
We're gonna be all Congress ladies and men coming to one whole full circle.
Well, this phone is bugging, guys. So if you had to reconnect just now, then that's what's going on.
And your partner, it'd be probably better for your partner, he or she, that you could bring in the love church and to get an understanding.
Okay, so when I was little, my neighbor was a sweet older lady who had an extra bedroom set up as her chapel, and me and my mom would go every Sunday to Sister Marie's house to have church. That's very nice.
Yes, yeah.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Perfect example.
You
That's
know,
very nice.
The love tent to be wonderful. Start off with a tent. It don't cost that much.
People could come in and pray and meditate.
Yes.
I really like that.
That's what everybody needs, love.
Maybe for the drum circle, Leanne, in September, we could buy like a tent. Maybe we could rent one of those spaces that they have, because everybody had a designated space. And we could just have a space just for prayer or meditation, or people want to come in,
and speak.
Just to, right.
It ain't gotta be based on the Bible.
Can we
or anything.
do that, Leanne? At the drum circle? It was my first experience of church. Very loving, even though I didn't want to always go because I missed the Muppet Show. Oh my gosh, the Muppet Show. Very nice, Grace. Very nice. Very nice. I like that.
Because it wouldn't be so much stress or problems on religion now. Now religion's out. Now we got the biggest word in the world that everybody needs is love. So that's what we need.
Because now, if you think about it, with all these churches and everything that's around, why are we still having the problems that we're having in communities?
In divorce,
how many
communities, but in relationships
do we have?
too.
Like, say just where we live right here in this one city, I can't even tell you how many churches. We must have over 100, probably close to 1,000. There should be no problems within any community with as many churches as there are. She said because it separates people.
It separates people. Like, for instance, if it ain't even about the church thing in relationships. Like, what, and everybody that goes to church, how are their relationships with their husband, wife, or boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever? Let's base it on unity and love. In the church, if they did a survey and to understand their spouse in the church, you'll get from the woman perspective, being honest, like, are you still in love with your spouse? What is the have he changed or have you changed? And you did a survey on women because it's going to be a high percentage. That'd be deep.
If it's all one God, there shouldn't be different churches. Exactly.
Absolutely.
Boom. Mic drop, Master Nova.
Yeah, remember I always said that? When I first said if it was just one whole, one church, not even a church, just one building or one religion, we wouldn't have no separation.
That's what we were saying earlier. First, they have you separated by race. Okay, you're this, you're that. I'm African, I'm Jamaican, I'm Puerto Rican. No, you're human. That's just where you're from. That doesn't make you who you are. Then they try to separate you with the churches. Okay, well, you're not only this nationality, but now you're this religion. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's just too much separation.
That's the same thing of what you are. You're a human being. Just don't titleize me.
Right.
I'm not Puerto Rican, I'm not Jamaican, I'm not nothing. Don't tell me I'm a human being.
That's when people be like, oh, well, where you from? I just say I'm human.
I'm human. And you can if the world went
don't
on
even
that,
ask me the question. I don't say don't ask me the question, but I just say I'm human.
That's the best thing. I'm from here, nah, you are human. You're your own individual. Don't use a color, don't use and that's the society.
Yeah.
Because that's what's keeping everybody separated. Because I'm Dominican, Puerto Rican.